All right, y'all, I'm back. It's Shay Seeking from American Aborigines Unchained, um, here on YouTube and in the Facebook group. And again, I'm telling you, I took probably like an hour nap and I just woke up and something just don't feel right. There's something that's just not right. And so I was just scrolling, right? And I don't know exactly when this was said. I don't know when Biden said this, but I'm telling you, this is not, we are saying peace, but is it really war? Okay, let's listen to this clip real quick, and I'm gonna tell you about a verse that was on my mind before I went to bed. I'm telling you, if people are really gonna be so sad that they allowed these forces to turn people away from each other, or maybe it's just me that's just going to be sad at the end of the day. That's going to be the person that had to be taken down because of the information that I share. You know, like I said, it's on my mind, it's on my spirit. I ain't afraid. So we're gonna go ahead and do it. This is just what I see. Again, this is not your mama's Bible study, because we know that his story lies. Okay, not all the time, but it does, right? And we're gonna go ahead and do it. So again, it'll come to a point where even your friends, family, and associates that you may felt like you could trust sometimes will be upset with you for doing what's right or what's wrong. But it's something that could make things right. It's just so weird because everybody just understand that they are just slaves to some kind of system. They are slaves to some kind of structure, and they just don't see, it's really, they know not what they do. Okay. So at the end of the day, it's just really silly. So we're going to listen to this clip real quick, and then we're going to look at the verse that was on my mind before I fell asleep that something must have woke me up in the middle of the night, wanted me to go ahead and do it anyway. So I'm just sitting there scrolling. This verse is on my mind, and this shit come up.
My Coast Guard aides have been excellent.
See, the one thing you don't understand is I see. So something is going on where shit is just becoming real clear. And I did really, go real deep in to thought lately. And then I feel like with the past 2 days, I was communing with the most. Okay. That I was communing with source, and asking for clairvoyance and discernment. Okay. And so again, we're going to go ahead and read this because this is what came to my mind when I seen it. So we're probably already at that point where let's see, we went up to the second day. So again, this is then God said, let the waters beneath the sky be gathered into oceans so that the dry land will emerge. So again, this is also reminding me of, we could be talking about the actual water, but we can also be talking about waters in a sense, or like creating a sea of people to be like an ocean wave or something. Um, you know, and then the dry land to emerge. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, where was it at? Was it underwater? Because I keep getting the sense of underwater for the past couple of days, right? Um, and again, I'm not doing this to be, I'm just doing this because it just feels like what is right. And again, that is the thing that will get you in trouble when you care too much, that you're trying to let people know that something may be or may not be. But we need to be alert and we need to be discerning. And again, maybe I'm just the odd one out that has been kept underwater or separated all of this time. But again, maybe I'm late to the party. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just a messenger. or the messenger. Okay. So, matter of fact, I'm just all of this that's in the Bible, the word. Not saying that I'm the only one that feels connected deeply to the word, but yes, it's a gift that I'm not going to be embarrassed of. It's a gift that I'm not going to uh, just leave there as if it's just, no, I'm going to speak what I feel my truth is. So it says, gathered into ocean so the dry land will emerge. And so it was. Then God named the dry land earth and the water seas. Okay. Which again, the earth would be the origines or the earth itself or the soil. Um, I would say autochthonous, but even before, the earth is, right? And we are the soil. We're connected to the soil. Um, and then seas again, excuse me, would represent the maritime families or groups. And that's just it. And this is the way the book is dividing it. I didn't do that, right? So again, we could be talking about some form of legalities dealing with admiralty law and these different types of law. And it's, I guess, funny that we're going to use admiralty because we're going to be talking about the military in a minute. And God was pleased, and he said, let the earth burst forth with every sort of grass and seed-bearing plant and fruit trees with seeds inside the fruit. Okay. So again, I guess we're not talking no GMOs. But again, I don't think we're talking about fruit trees either. I think that we're talking about certain groups, beings, people, family trees, lineage. Okay. So that these seeds will produce the kinds of plants and fruit, the kinds of plants and fruit they came from. Okay. So this is the choicest fruit. These are the, all of the fruits that were collected, to go, you know what I'm saying, into the garden. And so again, the fruit that was not able to be see, listen. Okay. Are we talking that there's fruit that won't be able to go in for whatever reason? And what reason would it be? You know what I'm saying? So again, we're already sectioning off and causing a divide. Again, this may be necessary. We're just reading it for what it is. We're just reading it for what it is. This is not talking about fruit trees in that sense. Okay? Unless we talk about the Georgia peach. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what this is. Okay? So, and then again, we're saying also, like, let this happen naturally, possibly, instead of it being something that would be injected, or something that would be like in vitro, or something that would be something out of this world that we really would never understand, that's been going on for centuries with the womb, a hot commodity. Again, which is why the mother on that movie was killed, because she probably was talking like what I'm talking about right now. And so it was, and God was pleased. This all occurred on the third day. Okay. So again, then God said, let there be bright lights in the sky to give light to the earth and to identify the day and the night. They shall bring about the seasons on the earth. So again, these seasons or whatever would be changes also. Oh, okay, never mind. I don't need that yet. These seasons would be, some sort of changes, right? So again, I think it's just like right now, I just woke up with this like sense of like a vibrate. It woke me up in the middle of my sleep. I was only asleep for like an hour, where it felt like there was like some kind of like vibrating radiation kind of thing. And again, I'm sharing this in case some of you may have experienced something like this, where it feels like there's something even like warming, around the chest. It's like a almost like, I don't know, like a how it would sound when you check the heartbeat on the baby, you know. But it feels like that is something that is on my chest, or you can feel like a pulsing type of sensation, and it's kind of like tight. And I know it does something to the heart. I know, whatever it was, you know. And it takes a couple minutes after waking up to even allow yourself to really feel like you're not having a heart attack or something. You know what I'm saying? And that you just need to sit there and breathe for a second to let this pass. But it almost feels like an extraction of something. It may feel like something is being put in, But again, I'm just trying to relay it to you as much as possible. Okay? Because this is the kind of things that are going to be happening. Either because some energy is coming in to try and protect me from something, or some energy is coming in to attack me. It's either or. That's just what it is. So again, the two huge lights, the sun and the moon, to shine down upon the earth, the large one, the sun, to preside. Like, again, we're going back old school. What I feel like I was being led away from because I was somewhat distracted with things that, you know, I, felt were important. Or something that I thought was, you know, at some point being directed by source, which still could be. I'm just saying. Okay. So it says, you know, and once you find out you are the source and the source is within you and you are in the source, you can understand that this is actually really some form of like something has been hijacked, and either this particular God or Elohim will be upset with the woman for whatever reason. Lots of things that would be happening that would not be under her or in her control because someone else has been playing the part. Or, like I said, this is actual a war against the Elohim, and the Elohim are not going to protect their daughter, right? So, I mean, that's how I just look at it, as either or. Um, okay, so to preside over the day, and the sibling one, the moon, to preside over the night. Okay, and again, symbolically or allegorically, I feel like this represents two energies that that I have dealt with, um, in a sense, or even it also represents two religions, in a sense to me. Um, and God, now, okay, let me read this part, then we're going to listen to what he had to say, and then we're going to see. Because now we're talking about presiding. Preside, preside, preside. We have preside, which is just president. 1, 2, 3 times right here. And then we're going to go ahead, read this, and watch that. Okay. So it said, and God set them in the sky to light the earth. So again, it almost sounds as though we're talking about something out of Star Wars. And, that, again, these, uh, energies could be directing energies and using even 5G in order to direct energies, in order to get people riled up, in order to get people to do things that they would not normally do, or, things like this. I just wonder these things. Okay? Again, to light the earth. But again, we literally can see that there's some sun up there. Who knows if it's artificial or not, because everything else has become. And I'm just saying, so we're either dealing with that or it's been set there by somebody else at this point in time. I'm just wondering if there's some imposters. You know what I'm saying? So, and to preside over the day and night, and to divide the light from the darkness. Okay. So again, here we go with making another reference from, dividing the light from the darkness, and, people might call it, a race war, or, we could be talking about light energy and dark energy. We could be talking about dark matter. Again, or dark thoughts, you know what I'm saying? So again, because everything that, just because somebody's telling a storyline in a different way, or doesn't mean that they're being negative every time. Like, get over it already. Like, come on. Either, we are in a time of war and someone is screaming peace, or, it is what it is. Like, stop already with the play nice. Or else that's negative, right? And that's the thing. I don't see the world like that, because I'm not of this world like that. And that's just the bottom line. And God looked at them with pleasure and blessed them all. Now, this is the part. No, apologize. Okay, he divided the light from the darkness, and he was pleased. And this all happened on the fourth day. Now, okay, let's look at this. Again, sometimes I look at the days as in, like, what does it say? Y'all know I always get confused. About how many days there it is to God. A day can be 1,000 or 100 years to God. Okay, whatever. You guys probably know better than I do. Okay. So again, we've been through 400 years, right? So, you know how I look at it. Like, those days represent, like, at least a turn of a century or a decade, or something more like that than what we think it is. So again, if that were the case, the 400 years being over, we would still be in the fourth day, in a sense. I know it's hard to, but I should have probably just left that out. But anyway, I'm just saying. So again, the rest of the stuff that we're going to read right here will still be happening within that time frame, probably. And so we're going to go ahead and listen to this clip real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and read this.
One of them taught me that, and I quote, "The Coast Guard is that hard nucleus about which the Navy forms in time of war."
I can only assume that you will enjoy educating your family about how the Coast Guard is, quote, "the hard nucleus around the Navy forms in times of war." You're a really dull class.
My Coast Guard aides have been excellent. One of them taught me that, and I quote, "The Coast Guard is that hard nucleus about which the Navy forms in time of war."
Now, again, I don't know, for right now, I'm envisioning that nucleus kind of shape that's above the, I don't know what flag or what emblem I'm thinking about. I don't think it's the Great Seal. Maybe it's even on the money, on the dollar bill. It kind of looks like a nucleus sac with the stars in it almost there. Um, and again, all of this, me displaying this, it's almost like there's a big game to get me to give up the gab or to speak on things so that I can be the scapegoat of this whole thing, right? Almost like these energies also, may be able to, while they're sitting there trying to control me, not realizing, or maybe realizing, but not really being able to withstand, like I'm doing down here all the way at the bottom by myself, you know what I'm saying? Which is whatever it is going to be, right? So maybe they, can't do that. And so it's just like, and I mean, it's understandable. We're dealing with what people of this world would think would be powerful, but I'm standing in my power just fine right now, and it's going to be all right. So, anyways, I feel like that's a jab. I don't know when he said this or whatever, but we're going to go ahead and read this part here. Then God said, "Let the waters teem with fish." I'm even thinking Navy SEAL. And other life. So this is teaming. Something is about to team up. You hear what I'm saying? And let the skies be filled with birds of every kind. So again, these birds don't necessarily have to mean birds that you're talking about, that we thinking about, like a birdie flying outside. This could also be some type of flying devices. This could also be some type of birds that, again, I've been having a lot of interactions with birds. Matter of fact, a bird, I was doing that video earlier. And I was supposed to walk over there and see what it was. But a bird came over to the house and was on a wire when I finished up that video. And he dropped something, onto one of the rocks in the backyard. And I was like, damn, that was hard. It wasn't like poop because it wasn't like soft or whatever. It was like a rock had fallen. So again, you have to think about the crafty things that these people are trying to do to stop Mother Nature, to stop the earth from speaking out, to stop the Holy Spirit or wisdom from speaking out. These are things that they don't want. These are when you can see that something has stepped in. And again, is it the God of this world, of this construct, fighting against the God of nature or the natural or, source, the earth, So, as if it's that bad. What you so afraid of? That's the thing. You got your big military, you got your all this stuff. What are you so afraid of? People, you've been already paying attention to what I'm doing for the past, I don't know, probably my whole damn life. So what is it all? Why? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just coming off how I am because I'm just irritated. I'm just tired. I'm just tired of people just trying to bully me around. Like, the shit don't work. It ain't gonna work. And the more I'm seeing who I am, the more you better be worried about what the hell you doing. And this is what I'm saying. I can't. I'm trying to just keep it together. It ain't happening with me. It's going to have to happen the way that I say. This time. It's just, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to be running and hiding and acting. It's just not going to happen. So, yeah. So every kind of bird, and God looked at them with pleasure. And I'm not sure about you, but this is very pleasurable.
I can only assume that you will enjoy educating your family about how the Coast Guard is, quote, the hard nucleus around.
You see it? It's so cute. It's so cute because I see right through what they say. When I'm saying that that's a direct message, I see what it is. I see what it is. It's not that serious, guys, boys. It's not that serious. What does it say here? And with the fish and every kind of bird, and God looked at them with pleasure and blessed them all. What I tell you last time we said bless the military, when we're talking about people supposed to be going out and giving pricks. You're talking about sending them out there to give people pricks, and you're saying bless the military? What about all the people that's going to probably not live because of the prick? And because of this mass deception? You guys, I don't know. And bless them all. And then going to say, multiply. See? Because now they're getting together, right? Who's going to create more of a nucleus sac, or just lots of nucleus sacs around everywhere. Stock the oceans, he told them. And to the birds, he said, let your numbers increase. Again, these also animals can represent coat of arms, seals, things like these that have to do with other things as well. I'm not saying that this is just one way. Definitely could. Let your numbers increase and fill the earth. We have gone through this one over and over again. People can have their faith, and they can whatever, and they can keep all that right now. But at the end of the day, if you don't feel, and you don't sense that something is transpiring, if you don't sense that there's something in what I'm saying that you should take heed to, just by just stopping with all the micro whatever and paying attention. Hey, for me, I feel like, yes, everything is so divided, and I do feel isolated. But at this point, I'm going to be that isolated voice that's going to speak volumes, and you can listen or you don't have to. We can repeat it because people want to have a biased way of looking at the Bible or whatever you want to do. But you tell me again, what else is making this type of sense? Like I always say, fill the earth. This could be a good thing for the earth, or it could be the bad thing for the earth. It could be filling the earth with radiation. It could be filling the earth with some type of poison, especially with a prick. You don't think that they have a way to... Filling the earth also has to do with semen. When you realize that this whole earth is just a farm. And again, I knew this. I've done a video on the harvest. We've talked about this already before. Again, the people that are running it are going to look at it as business, as it, no, they're not going to feel any kind of way about it. It's just what business is. That's the way we run things. The people that find out that it's being done to them should be afraid. They should be paying attention. They should be wanting to protect their children. They should say, forget all that other stuff. This is more important. That ends the 5th day. And again, right now, I'm looking at the fact that we're in the 5th month. I'm just bringing that up, okay? Which happens to be my birthday month, Okay. So again, the filling of the earth, in this case, since we're going to go down here in Genesis 24, and it says, God said, let the earth bring forth every kind of animal. That's also like a sense of this could be Lilith, right? This could be, it really could be, right? Because she's the one that got left behind because, again, she was probably telling the truth. Shit. She was probably being happy and being herself and not trying to change herself for nobody. She was probably trying to be pleasing to her God. She was probably trying to be humble to her God. She was being obedient to her God. Very long time doing these things. And then realized that her foot was in a snare, that her shoestring was tied or stuck on the side of the railroad track. And then she felt like she had to do something to try to save herself. It's a shame. You know, women really don't need to be in the background. These boys need direction. Okay. Anyhow. Whew. Okay. And God said, let the earth bring forth every... I mean, are they not tired? Are they not tired of trying to do things their way? And then just had to come back all just a couple years later, you know, trying to do it by themselves with her in the background, you know, and you just got to come back, erase everything, do a whole mud flood or some kind of reset. You got to go give everybody all these pricks and everything to get them to wipe away their damn memory and do this every other 400, 100 years. You know, it just don't make no sense to me. When you just focus on making the world a better place, prioritizing like they tell us. Get your priorities straight. I just don't understand. I don't understand. I just don't. Okay. So anyways. All right. Okay. Bring forth every kind of animal, cattle, reptiles. My fault. Wildlife, savages, possibly of every kind. Cattle are just slaves. Because if you think that any of this paperwork or any of this stuff is going to get us out of a slavery again, you're wrong. The only way to do that is to get rid of it all. To have a just and fair ruler, a fair queen. Empress, I prefer. To sit on her throne and do her thing. With trustworthy people in her court. That would know what they would be doing. So now I see how they've set up, bloodlines and stuff like that. Royal bloodlines and things like that. Why they did it the way they did it. But then, things get out of hand. Greed, money, just all that kind of stuff just get in, it just get out of hand, and everything start going to poop that day. So anyways, so basically the animals are the cattle, the reptiles. Why I keep saying that. And the wildlife, savages, of every kind. And it was so. And God made all sorts of wild animals. So these are just offspring. Right? Those are this is whoever came from this group mixing with that group, whatever they produce, then they take that and then create subgroups and subraces. It's just that basic. We've gone over it 1,000,000 times. And God was pleased with what he had done. Again, then God said, let us make a man. Let us make a man. There's a long little dash mark here. Let me see what it says for K. It says literally men. Okay. And again, I like this Bible because it does say, and the first evening was morning, a fifth day or a period of time. So again, it specifies that we're talking about a period of time here. Not really a day, but it's a period of time. Now, is it a month, a year, 10 years? What's that, a decade? A millennium? Turn of turn of the century, whatever, Okay. Then God said, let us make a man in our man. No, it doesn't say that in this one. Then God said, let us make a man, someone like ourselves. Okay. So how are their selves tuned? Put together? What is their makeup? It doesn't always have to do with anything that is an outward appearance. It could be something else that we're talking about in the likeness. There are, again, and I look at this stuff as very beautiful and very interesting, but there are different creatures, I'm sorry to let you know, on this plane that possibly look like you and me, but you can tell they don't feel like we do. They don't see the world like we do. But I think the more that they commune with us, the more that they do. And this should cause some type of something inside of them to know when someone like ourselves to be the master, unless they're getting a promise like this. And that's where people stumble. When they can just dominate and get the shit anyway. Fight back and get it anyway. Even though some people did God so bad. Or the Holy Spirit so bad. Or the mother so bad. That's one thing I'll always take when it comes to this, that the forgiving aspect of Christ, and the mercy, right? So again, in there is something or someone, there is energy that cares. Just have to be careful. Okay, so this person is going to be a master. Maybe a master mason, which is, I just think building blocks. I think the blocks that are on the dollar bill, on the pyramid, the blocks of the caste system. I mean, it's all just the same old thing. Again, they may be remodeling the construct. I doubt it, because they change if not. Until stuff hit the fan and we start realizing who we are, a lot of shit changed. Even their appearance. See? It's just you don't realize the power that we have when we don't let all these disagreements and things and this petty stuff get in the way of what we could be building together and letting people be them and just dealing with people and working with them, knowing that we all for the cause. Again, sometimes I feel like there's no more of that left, and that everybody has already taken some of us and placed us on this naughty list, and they're in agreement with these people, not knowing that you're about to throw away or get rid of your whole full real power, which is the silliest thing, and how people messed up last time, and you're going to end up in the same damn boat. And all this, then like it says in the book, in the Kibra Nagash, they're going to be so sad and crying and so sad, like, oh, why did we do this? Oh, but again, that's what foolishness is. Jealousy, envy, all of these particular things that people try to point to people that point and put on people that are telling the truth and trying to warn you. But other things on your mind, worldly shit that don't even matter. Because again, it's going to be a catastrophe. Be sure of it. If they working that hard and putting in that much time to take a goddess down and a god, maybe even a son of a god, I'm telling you. Yeah, because then those that were used for the cause willingly, or maybe not, maybe unknowingly, as soon as they get rid of the one that they had you target, they're gonna. You guys watch Mobster movies and things like this. I mean, it just trickles back into the other direction where they start just eliminate all of you folks. Won't last long. Broken promises that people gave to other people, they'll come right back to them. Will not feel good, because that power, that beautiful, rare gem that you gave up, won't be there anymore. It could have been some form of protection. So God made man like his maker. Like God did God make man. Could this not be in his real image or in his nature, in his ways? So again, how we say that, certain groups that look like us came in and infiltrated as well, because maybe they weren't really them anymore. Maybe they were infiltrated. And people could say that about me, but again, I'm still here telling you the truth from day one, from the beginning to the end, from Genesis to Revelations. On camera when you watching and off. Same person. I might have mixed personalities. And I'm saying that very sparingly and jokingly, but because I just like to be, it depends on what my mood is. Again, I digress. All right. Then God said, let us make a man. Okay, we already read that part. Yeah, make man. And man, okay, let's get this. Like God did God make man. Man and maid did he make them. This is what I feel we're talking about, androgynous beings again. And I'm not saying in any light as to just saying that these are beings that were made with both maybe a divine, even feminine, and divine masculine, which again I would look at as a form of a demigod or angel or something of that sort. It's just what I'm seeing here. The Nag Hammadi states as well that Adam was a androgynous being. This could have something to do, I think sometimes, again, we've been lied to about this, and this may just have something to do with your chromosomes and the makeup. Some of us have a little bit more of something in your DNA. Again, it could also just mean that. It's just, I am just trying to seek, answers that make sense. Now, here we go. Here's the big part. So God made man like his maker, right? And then he told him, he blessed them. Bless our military. And told them, multiply, get bigger and stronger. Bigger and stronger. Who knows? Like all this stuff that's going on over there is probably going on over here. You're just not aware that Israel is just a woman and a man or a group of people that are scattered right here in this land right here. And that over there may be devastating, but it's also a distraction. So again, devastation and distraction. Deadly. It's a deadly combination. And God blessed them and told them, multiply and fill the earth again. Now this time, he said to subdue it. Now to subdue it is to mow that down. You understand what I'm saying? Take control of it. It could be in a good way. Could it? Or it could be in a way that may not be that well. It just because I'm giving you both don't mean that it's negative. We're just looking at scenarios here. We're looking at it for what it is. Same. Look on etymology, pulitup.com, and look at what the word subdue means. Or you can go back to an old video. I've already done it several times. I'm not going to do it 50 more times. And you see right after that, after it says subdue it, it says you are masters. Could these be slave masters? Could these be overseers? Oversee? Of the fish and birds and all the animals. So this is what, they're going to multiply and fill the earth and subdue it. They're trying to get rid of the earth quick, boy. They made mention the earth been here already before the heavens, all, in a chaotic, let's just say, mass or mess. After the shaping, it was shapeless, but then already by, Genesis 9, we already shaping it. We're molding it by warfare, spiritual and other ways. Taking away certain privileges and rights and things. All this stuff is warfare. You better believe it. It sure is. You are masters of the fish, maritime, and admiralty, law, and all the animals. Okay? The animals are those that are grazing on the grass. This is how they did it, not me. I'm just saying it, how it is. Okay? And look, I have given you the seed-bearing plants throughout the earth. So again, these will be the earthlings or the women that maybe weren't speaking truth or as wise as one would be. Sometimes I think the choices may be reserved for the real God, or it just is, choices because it's so old. They tired of dealing with it. Let's see. And all the fruit trees for your food. Okay. And again, we're going to get into that food because I can't remember if it was meat that I was looking up, but I don't know. It was talking about prostitution in Genesis. And I know we're not there yet, but hopefully I'll get a chance to get there with you guys. And I've given all the grass and plants to the animals and the birds for their food. So for their consumption. Okay. And again, I'm not saying they're literally going to be eating, people or eating, I don't know what. Listen, I don't even really want to know. I know that stuff is being preserved for its resources. It's all about resources. It's always been about resources. And when you go outside of this plane, it's about the commodities or the animals. Those are the people that are overseeing right now to get things set up for the new way it's going to be set up again, so on and so forth. So they're here to put their barcodes and, other entities are here to preserve and everything like that. It just is what it is. Then God looked over all he had made and it was excellent in every way. And this ended the 6th day. So again, this may be even the push to get the prick, because after you get the prick, then, you'll be what they want you to be, how they want you to be. You won't be you anymore. And again, maybe this is actually God's plan. And then, but people should know the truth so they can choose. Maybe it's his plan. And maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you to do it or don't do it. I'm just saying, are we examining this? Are we paying attention? Once enough people do it, you ain't even going to have to worry about doing it, because now these people already know. Okay? Because now whatever is in the thing can also get transferred. And so by the time you get 75%, it's a wrap already. 50% is already a wrap, because shit's just, keep on moving anyways. It's going to be jumping off of you, going on, it's going to be transmitted. Okay. So again, I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm tired again. I'm about to go back to bed. I think. But again, I'm not being, like, what do you do? What do you do if you have been spending months with your with your head in the clouds? Rather, it is by something that you allowed yourself to be distracted, or if this is something that is more powerful than you that has been used on you in order to do so, and now you're lifting your head up and you're like, wait a minute, whoa, what's been going on? Okay, and your back is against the wall, you know, and all you really want to do is, live and change things for the better, and the better is just not the way that this world was set up to function because of the people that are actually, running things. It's just not. And if the people don't decide that that's not the way that we want to do it this time, then I'm just telling you. Either way, it's going to be a fight, but I'm just telling you which way is right. Again, it's just like, I definitely feel scapegoated. I feel scapegoat effect. And these people should be ashamed of themselves. How do you birth the whole entire world from the beginning, before the beginning, and have one of your babies, one of your children decide to come for you like that and try to take you out? Take out the wombs that have supplied even these energies and entities with their children over centuries and millennia. I mean, like, this is what I'm saying. Because of a fear of what? It's reminding me of that scripture about, can a mother turn away from her suckling child or whatever, but people fear what they don't understand. And women have not been, in a place or places of power. But again, when I start talking about this, people gonna get offended, but everybody can talk about, oh, we have a woman, this and that. But again, I'm just pointing these things out. Nobody's saying that the male is not important. Women naturally don't actually do that. We're not allowed to do that. Our minds and bodies are not aligned that way. If you do what's right, and realize that you really shouldn't and can't do it alone, and we really can't do it alone. I mean, what are we afraid of? What are we running from? So, anyways, I want to thank you guys for listening. I have to get back to bed. I'm very tired, and I will see you guys soon. Again, just remember that we are in times when you really have to be very vigilant. Just use discernment. Like, we never know how long you have here, who, what, when, where, what's going on. I want to think everything is all peaches and cream. Maybe y'all just waiting for me to get off the planet so that it can be that way. So you don't have to hear any more of this painful truth. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm late to the party and all the shit didn't already happen and we already in some kind of utopia that I just am not aware of. Because it just didn't, it just ain't coming here to this place. So, other than that, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.
Navy forms in times of war. You're a really dull class.
My Coast Guard aides have been excellent. One of them taught me that, and I quote, the Coast Guard is that hard nucleus about which the Navy forms in time of war.